What up, y'all? This is Zircon, signing back into Sticks Shards of Darkness. So we left off with inviting Reiko into our room to have ourselves a nice little chat. Things went uncomfortable one direction, and then went uncomfortable back to the original direction. And I'm not liking it. Still liking the story, but not liking it. All of a sudden, and then it turns out she was being manipulative, and she was in the men's hot springs on purpose to seduce us, because she wants us to love her. That don't sit right by me, but we're finishing this up anyways. Well, I'm not sure if I'm finishing it up, but anyways, all of a sudden my throat, because look, as we go back, look, because I want you to love me. That's very uncomfortable. But anyways, all of a sudden my throat felt dry, my heart pounded inside my chest uncomfortably. Love you, I repeated. That's right. And you think I could only love you if you show me your body? I think it helps. That's what Yoshiko told me. Yoshiko, what have you been telling this girl? What have you been telling this girl? Oh, boy. That's a little bit annoying. Yoshiko, what on earth has Yoshiko? Yes, exactly my point. Okay, I asked her how to make a man love me, and she said it was always better to show a bit of skin. She said a bit of skin, a bit, not just here. Show everything. Oh boy, but I don't know about that. I don't know if it worked. I didn't think you'd run away. You mean walked briskly, I corrected her, using her own terminology before us. Okay, yes, that's a little bit funny. This, fortunately, fetched another smile to Reiko's face. Again, it was a fleeting smile that didn't last. So, edgy, said Reiko. Her voice serious once more. What did you think? Did it work? Did it work? For me? No. For him? Possibly. What the heck was that? Okay. Okay, Reiko. What were we saying that name for like that? Okay, I had never been in such a situation before, and I had no idea what I was meant to say. I suppose I brought it upon myself for inviting her into my room. I could have turned her away. Yeah, we could have. But no, that was a lie. I know I couldn't. I could never have been so cruel to her. Why do you want me to love you, Reiko? I asked. Love is a very big commitment, and we don't know each other well enough for that. But we do, Reiko insisted. We do? At least, I know you. I read your poems. Isn't that enough? No. No? Yeah, that's nowhere near enough. They're just poems, Reiko. That's not me. But Reiko's eyes shone once more with tears. I thought we had a connection. Well, we do have a connection, just not that kind of connection. This guy has a wife and children and their children are very much older than you. Oh boy, this is getting so uncomfortable. We do have a connection, I said, and I enjoyed spending time with you. But love, that's a big ask. And I'm too old to throw such words around so carelessly. Maybe you can because you're young, but oh, there we go again. Looking down on her because you wrote fireworks, though. I wrote it 20 years ago about my wife. But I thought that I was the same person as the narrator in that poem. I shook my head. I'm not that impulsive nowadays. Seeing a naked girl beneath the moonlight, even a painfully pretty one, wouldn't be enough to make me betray Sachiko. I paused, pondering. What could I say about Sachiko that I loved her too much? Oh no. There's a predicament. Oh hey, you love her food. You can say you love her food. You love the way she treats you, even though it says oh, fuck. That's all I can go on. That's really all I can go on. But I didn't know if I did. I didn't know what I felt about Sachiko ever since I had arrived at the examen, and I had only ever been thinking of Reiko, which is a very big problem. Look, I said, suddenly tired. I no longer wanted to talk about my wife. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't love me either, do you? Reiko shifted, suddenly guilty. She bit her lip. Okay. Good question. Excellent throw out. Whew. That gives me a little bit more comfortability. But I do like you, Edgy. That's not the same. That isn't the same as love, and we both know it. But I just can't help it. Reiko suddenly exclaimed, holding one hand against her chest in an impassioned plea. You don't understand. I'm so lonely here. So horribly lonely. I've endured it my whole life, but I don't think I can take it anymore. It gets harder and harder every day, and You what? She trembled. Her whole body was shivering. You made me smile more than anybody else has in years. I think, she said. Her voice was raw, earnest, and open. So earnest, it hurt. Oh, boy. Reiko had no cause to feel so emotional about me. She was a pretty young girl, and I was an old man far past my prime. I have been somewhat attractive in my youth, but my hair was going gray and my skin sagged. Had Reiko been a city girl born and bred who was allowed to go to school and have friends and live a normal life, I couldn't imagine her having any interest in me whatsoever. That is very true. She shouldn't have been interested in me. The fact that I, seemingly, was the only person who had bothered talking to her like an equal in years was so depressing I could have cried myself. Oh boy. I wanted to cry for her. She was too pretty to ruin her face with tears. Okay. So what if I don't love you, asked Reiko, clutching the fabric of her kimono tight between her fingers. I at least like you, and that's more than I can say about most people. You talked to me and told bad jokes, and you made me feel like I mattered. I just want to matter. Well, you do matter, just not in that kind of sense. You do matter, Reiko. You matter a lot. But if that's really true, then why don't you love me? Because how old are you right now? That's one reason. Secondly, I have a wife, 2 kids at home that are relying on me at the moment. Maybe not the kids, but a wife definitely. And I'm past my prime, and there's no point in trying to seek out any form of other relationships with other women because I am old as... But anyway, she spoke quietly, her head hanging like a snowdrop. Resigned, I think, to answer in the negative. And she already knew before I opened my mouth what I said wouldn't make her happy. It wouldn't rekindle her smile. But I couldn't hurt her any further. I wouldn't let myself. It isn't that I don't love you, Reiko, I said, my breath catching up. Like I said, I can't. It wouldn't be right. But I just want somebody to love me. Somebody who isn't my mother. I'm so sick and tired of being treated like a child. She suddenly exclaimed, her voice forceful despite her tears. I want to be loved for who I really am, not who my mother thinks I am. Okay. Reiko, I can't. I said again, though my heart ached at the very possibility of it all. Loving you wouldn't be good for me, and loving me wouldn't be good for you. You shouldn't offer yourself to me because you're lonely. It's unhealthy, and I'm getting uncomfortable once again. I thought we were done with this. But Edgy, Reiko sniffed, wiping her eyes with the back of her arm. I'm probably going to live here my whole life. I can't move because I don't have any money, and in any case, my mother needs me too much. Well, that might be... Yep. Oh, boy. That's what happens when a parent clings to their children too much. But my mother loves me, and I love her, and though she hurts me and I hurt her, and we hurt each other, I don't think she could survive without me. She couldn't, and... Your mother is a tough woman. I've about messed that up so bad. Not when she's done so much for me. I'm going to be stuck here forever. No man is ever going to be interested in me. Or if they are, my mother will scare them off. I don't know if you noticed, but she's good at doing that. Like the old man from last year? I asked. How do you know about that? Yoshiko. I should have known. Yoshiko loves to gossip. Not that there's much else to do around here. Reiko glanced about my room. She looked at the snow falling beyond the window, and the scuffed tatami mats, and the old kotatsu with scratches embedded deep into its surface. Idly, she traced a fingertip against one of these scratches in the tabletop. I was thinking, I'm going to die here all alone, a loveless old maid. You're still okay. This is where I'm gonna get a little bit. This is where I'm gonna look down on you. You're still young. You don't know that. So before that happens, I might as well. She bitterly. I might as well give myself up to somebody I at least kind of like. Even if it's not love, it would be far too depressing otherwise. It's too depressing. That's depressing anyways. You don't know that, Reiko. You don't know what the future holds. You're still young, and you have a long life ahead of you, and you will spend it up here with my mother because that's what she wants, and I'm too weak-willed to refuse. I wasn't taught how to. I don't have the knack. What? You seem strong enough to me, I said, with a note of wonder in my voice. After all, you're propositioning a man more than twice your age. Yeah. We're what, in our 40s? Oh boy, Reiko giggled a little at this compliment. Her face flushed slightly, not from embarrassment, I think, but happiness. Well, that's nice. At least she's getting a little bit happy from me. Okay, but anyways, I so loved seeing her happy. Yeah, even if it was a sad, broken sort of happiness that can only occur in self-conscious little bursts after prolonged bouts of crying. It was a weak, delicate sort of happiness that wouldn't last. But nothing in this world does. That is kind of true. Not even Miss Kakuchi or her inn, or the snow around it. Someday, perhaps, not someday soon, but someday in the distant future, they would all be reduced to phantoms and firewood. Until that day, however, Reiko was trapped. She couldn't leave, and even if she could, I doubt that she would. I think she felt too indebted to her mother, and she worried too much. She worried because she loved her. Reiko loved her mother dearly, and her mother loved her. But it was precisely because of this misplaced, painful, poisonous love that Reiko was suffering. She was suffering so much she seemed to be wasting away before my eyes, even as she laughed. Her laughter soon subsided into wet hiccups. She started crying again. I hate seeing her crying too, but this is getting uncomfortable. There were always more tears to be shed. Her eyes had not yet cried themselves dry. I must seem so pathetic. We're all pathetic there, girl. We're all pathetic. I don't think you're pathetic, I said, but she wasn't listening. Oh, boy. I am very uncomfortable about this. Very, very uncomfortable. It is pathetic, she countered, that I try to seduce you, I guess. You guess? What do you mean you guess? As she said the word seduce, her face flushed so delightfully I found myself feeling quite flattered. A girl like Reiko had even bothered. I know I have a wife and children, and you're a lot. I know you have a wife and children, and you're a lot older than me. My children are both older than you. Yeah, I thought so. Goodness, Reiko shook her head. I'm such an idiot. Yes, you are! Just a touch. Some men find that charming. But I'm desperate, you know. I just don't want to be alone. Yeah. I looked at Reiko's hand, which was still tracing shapes against the surface of the Katatsu. She had moved away from the pre-ingrained lines and was forming shapes of her own, swooping curves with no rhyme or reason. For a while, I wondered what it would be like if I fell in love with you, and you fell in love with me, and you took me, I don't know, somewhere far, far away, somewhere where we could go and see the fireworks. I think that would make me happy. Thinking about it made me really happy. Happier than I've been in a long time. Reiko, I said her name, my voice heavy with emotion because I didn't know what else to say. I didn't know how to console her. I could hardly have told her how I really felt, though I was growing more and more certain with every passing second. I'm not liking this one bit. Can we stop? Can we just pass this, please? But I knew that was ridiculous. Reiko said with a shake of her head, I was being selfish, asking for too much, I suppose. You suppose, huh? Okay. In any case, it wouldn't work because I don't love you. I don't know if I can. I'd never ask you to. I doubt I'm all that appealing to you, a young girl like you. I don't have much to offer. Yeah, and I wouldn't deserve you anyway. You wouldn't deserve me? What on earth are you talking about? What? It's like I said before, I'm not a good person. I act like I'm a good person, but I don't think I am. I'm horribly judgmental, you know. Ah, I said with a small nod of my head. Were you judging me? Reiko shifted guiltily, her long lashes fluttering. Well, we all are judges. And that's what... My apologies there. But anyways, Reiko shifted guiltily. Her long lashes fluttered. I thought it was a bit sad, maybe, that an old man like you was taking interest in a young girl like me. I criticized you for it in my head, though I didn't tell you. And I don't appreciate how you talk down to me sometimes, and I think you're a bit pretentious. I bowed my head, accepting all of Reiko's barbed remarks. I didn't even try to defend myself. I couldn't. I don't think I could either. She was right. I was sad for taking interest in Reiko, and I deserved to be criticized. Anybody else would have done the same. As for talking down her, I couldn't help myself. When Reiko hadn't lived as long as I, and she had spent the majority of her existence stranded up in the mountains, like Heidi, but without the whimsy. I don't understand the reference. Somebody out in the comments, please let me know what that reference is to. The last point she made about my pretensions, I have no excuse. I am, and always have been, horribly pretentious. I think that's wrong of me, though, said Reiko, sniffing. Why should I judge you when you've only ever been kind to me? I'm the one who should be judged for trying to manipulate you. I won't judge, I said lightly. Everything you said is true. I hardly have a right. Really? Really. Reiko's whole expression shifted, from sorrowful self-abasement to a thankfulness so strong I half expected her to kowtow at my feet. Edgy. Oh, Edgy. Oh, you are nice. Nobody has ever been this nice to me before. What about your mother? Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, yeah. Why did I even ask? People should be nice to you, and people will be in the future. I'm sure you'll meet a man who's younger than me and more attractive. You just need to give it time. I completely agree. You're not gonna... I know you... come on, you can't... Man, but Edgy, Reiko was shifting. Her hands reached for the obi about her kimono. Her face was a little flushed, her eyes still puffy from crying, but she seemed determined. Just as she had been, I suppose, when she stood in the hot springs and waited to see if I would chance upon her. What the heck are you doing right now? Oh, you're not going to... Oh, no. Reiko, what are you doing? I said you didn't have to. But I want to, she said. I want to give myself to you. What? But why? You don't love me. You said it yourself. I don't, she said, but I like you a lot, and I don't want you to forget me. I am not gonna forget you like that. What are you doing? I would never forget you, Reiko. But I want you. I want you to make me feel a little less lonely, a little more loved. This is only gonna make things worse, girl. Edgy, tell her that. Please tell her that. Just for one night, if that's not too much to ask. Reiko lifted her head to look at me, her brown eyes filled with earnest longing. Please. It was the please that did it, I think. I think I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gonna end it here, because if what's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna save that for the next episode. So, thank y'all for watching, and if you like this video, press that like button, like, comment, and as always, stay active and stay connected, guys. I'll see you on the next one. This is Zircon, signing out. Bye, y'all.